Okay, hello everyone. So, uh, now I'm going to going through some tools and setup for web development in 2021. So over the past 4 weeks, I've been doing a absolute beginner series. So in the first week, we talk about some setup tools and some resources that you can actually use to get started as an absolute beginner. So this video is just like a recap of some of the tools and resources we talked about. So because I know during the masterclass there were a lot of questions, there were a lot of things. So the essence of this is to make this a little bit shorter so that you can be able to get more benefits from it. So if you have any questions, you can drop in the comments or drop it in the Discord channel. As I promised, I'm doing this video as a micro bit so that be able to give us in one go some of these resources I think that you will need as an absolute beginner to get started in web development. And please like this video and also share, subscribe to my channel. So because I know there are a lot of resources online to get started in web development or coding or to become a software engineer, but what is actually missing is the fact that we don't have resources that point absolute beginners to where to get started in the ecosystem. And that is what my channel is trying to undo, to be able to bridge the gap between intermediate and beginners resources, so that for low level entry people can know that, okay, where can I get started today in web development. So and then my channel is actually for you. So first of all, we're going to get started with because I normally say that web development have a very easy entry point for for beginners. So if you're a beginner looking to start into coding, so I highly recommend try out web development, because you just need few tools to be able to get started in web development, and then you can learn a lot. And then when you have all of the basics on your understanding, then you can go into any aspect of development that you would like to go to, maybe AI, maybe robotics, maybe machine learning and all those things. But web development give you an easy entry point, quick wins, like you can quickly build websites and then you can see the results of your effort and what you've learned quickly, and then that will encourage you to be able to move forward to other amazing stuff. So since we get that pep talk out of the way, so let's get started. To get started in web development today, what is the number one thing you need? You need somewhere to be able to write your code from. So, and there are so many you can choose from today. So because you want to type out your codes, and then you want to be able to get a software that will actually help you to be able to write codes in a way that makes sense, and you can be able to get help from that software also. So this is called an IDE. So an IDE is an integrated development environment. So this is where what a lot of software engineers use, web developers, even if you're building mobile app, no matter the language you're using, you need an IDE, you need an editor. Just like for instance, you're trying to create a Word document, or you're working up on your project in school, trying to write a letter or things like that. You open up your Microsoft Word and then you are able to get some of those things done. So the same thing for a software engineer or a web developer, you need a code editor. So a code editor is what is going to help you to be able to put your code together, and you'll be able to run them, you'll be able to get help insight from them. And one of those software out there that is amazing, it's from Microsoft, is called VS Code. It's like a tailored down version of Microsoft Code, Visual Studio Code. So VS Code is the code is the smaller version. It's lightweight, but it's really amazing, and it's open source. It's free to use. You don't have to pay anything, And then also like it's available for every version, like any computer that you have, no matter the operating system. So either you're using Mac OS like I am, or you are using Windows or Linux, you have a build you can download. And there's even other downloads depending if there is other operating system out there that is not covered here. So either you're using Windows or something, I encourage you to download this. It's really amazing, and that's what I use every day at work. I really love it because there's a whole of extensions to even make your life even better as a web developer. And aside from that, like you don't really use VS Code for just HTML, CSS, JavaScript alone. You can see here you can use it for C++, you can use it for Python, for Java, and a lot of other programming language out there. And there are lots of free extensions. Like if you look at the extension marketplace, it has amazing extensions that make your life as a developer even easier. There are lots of them. So I even write an article. If you check my Medium channel, so I wrote an article recently on VS Code extensions for React Native developers, and you can see a lot of extensions for React Native developers. So aside from that, even if you're a React developer, you see all of these extensions here. And I wrote some also for Ruby on Rails and stuff like that. So it's really amazing. If you check my blog, you see some of the extensions that are really cool to use. And also another one I would like you to check out for alternative sake, so that you won't be like, maybe you will like that better. So there are other alternatives also. So Atom is amazing. I used to use Atom in the beginning, early days. It's really cool. Atom is built by Github, and it's an amazing IDE. I love it. So you can check that out also. And the thing is, you can just download both of them and you try them out and you look at the one that actually works for you, and then you stick with it. And the third one you can check for, third option is Webstorm. So Webstorm is built by JetBrains. It's really amazing. So you could check that out also. This is Webstorm. So for basically for JavaScript, like it's like you see here, the smartest JavaScript IDE. So Webstorm is, like it said, it's like tailored, customed for web development. HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, it does that well. So yeah, you can do that. I really like it also. I use it once, but I don't really use it much. But just for you to have like alternative, you can download any of these tools. So that's out of the way. But for me, based on my own bias, actually I would recommend you use VS Code, because that's what we have been using throughout the webinar, the masterclass for the past 3 days. So another thing I would want you to install on your website, on your computer, is Node. So because we run JavaScript, right? So JavaScript is what we're going to be using to like do animation. Even today on the back end, we use JavaScript like Node to do APIs and a lot of things. So even on the front end also, so a lot of things you're going to be doing using JavaScript. So try, then you need to install Node. Node is a JavaScript runtime built on the Chrome V8 JavaScript engine. It's really amazing. It's very popular. So, and when you install Node, it's available for different, you can see different operating system, Windows, Mac OS, or these other versions, source code that you could build. So you could build them. I've already have it installed, but it's just easy to install for Node. Just like follow some of this instruction here, and then you can continue. You agree, so you install it, and then it's gonna install. So, and when you install Node.js, it's going to install npm for you. So npm package is what we use, like package. You see with it has Node, and then it also have npm. And both of them are going to be, npm is like node package manager, so they are what you're going to be using to manage all of these packages you're going to be using for maintaining your JavaScript packages. So Node.js help you to manage all your node package you are going to be installing into your project. So we are still going to get to that, actually how you install npm packages, because you're going to have softwares or libraries that you need to use in your project that you don't write. So there are amazing packages out there. So if we go to npm, for instance, so just google npmjs.com. So you can see it's like a repository of amazing libraries and JavaScript libraries that you can use. So let's say like dates, for instance. You can see date functions, date formatter, date holiday. So if I need a date library that can help me with dates in my project, so just a quick search, you can see the date functions, and then you can read them. You can see how you can install them, so using npm, so that we just installed. So if you have node install, automatically npm gets installed for you. So after you have node install, another thing you want to do is to have git install too. So we have git. So git is I think we discussed about this. Git is your version control system. So it helps you to be able to like keep track of everything you're doing in your software. So this is a very important skill for every software engineer to have, how to use, because you're going to be working in teams, you're going to be changing a lot of things. So to be able to keep track of a lot of those changes in your software, that is where Git comes in. And then you can download for Mac or for Windows, you can download them here. So when you have your Git install, the next thing you want to have is have a GitHub account so that you can use it for your version control. So GitHub actually work directly with Git, because what GitHub does is actually give you an interface, a GUI interface to interface with Git after you install it. So, and it's really cool. And I used to say that as a beginner in the software world, having Git is very good, because it's just like keep track of what you're doing, and people can see your work, can see your code, and potential people that want to hire you can actually see, okay, yeah, this is what this person have done, this is your code and everything, and it's easy for them to be able to like see your work and see your portfolio of your code, which is amazing. So, and I said aside from GitHub, there are also Bitbucket. So they're like alternative also tools that you can use for version control. So Bitbucket is also great, but I would recommend GitHub because it's really good for open source projects and things like that. So another resources I would like you to have as a beginner and a tool for web development in 2021 is the MDN. MDN is really amazing, and so it's really cool. So MDN is called Mozilla Developer Network. So it's like I'll call it the encyclopedia for web development actually. So it's really amazing. So it has everything. Like I always have this on the side when I'm coding or developing any stuff. So you have something you're not clear about, or a concept in web development you're not sure about, one API or a browser API or things like that, you can always come here and be able to see tutorials, progressive web app, for instance, web developer guide, like a lot of things, SVGs, JavaScript, CSS, web components. You could just like click on them and then you can read their tutorials. They are for complete beginners, guide for JavaScript and things like that, for intermediates, for advanced stuff. So I always come here to be able to like even brush up on some things I missed or something I'm not really clear about. So having this tool is really amazing. So I would just like quickly do a recap of what we talked. I have VS Code install, I recommend this. I have GitHub account, I have JavaScript also, which is really good. So all of this will get you started as a software web developer in 2021. And also the last but not the least, the Mozilla Developer Network. So which is where you can be able to like read a lot about the latest developments in web. You can learn about all of these technologies. So all of these are web technologies: HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So those are the things that we have been learning over the past weeks. So we've talked about HTML, we talked about Git, we talked about some of these other tools you're able to use. So tomorrow, Saturday, we're going to be talking about CSS and JavaScript live. So where we're going to be doing introduction to CSS and how to style the page, and then JavaScript also introduction to that. So that's really amazing. So I hope these videos help you to be able to get some of the tools that we use in web development. And not but not least, also before we go, is your nice black guy here, your terminal. So your terminal is something that already come with your computer. So just like search, if you're on Windows, command prompt. If you're on Mac, just type search for terminal, and then this comes out. So it's really amazing. You'll be using it a lot for installations, for moving, creating files, and things like that. If you're using Git for version control, you'll definitely be using your terminal to install npm packages and a lot of things like that. So, and this is already built into your computers, and that's all you need to start developing your website. And also, you have also been seeing this video via a particular channel like a web browser, right? So those are the thing also that help you to be able to view your website. So you need Chrome. So you need Chrome to view what you're building. So maybe you're already using Chrome already, I'm not sure. So just if you don't have Chrome app, download Chrome. It's really good, it's amazing. I use Chrome, and also because it asks these amazing stuff here for inspecting our elements. So all the development tools that you can use to inspect your code while you are building. So we're still going to go through all of these things in later videos. So but for now, just know that I have Google Chrome, highly recommended for development. I love it. I use it for development all the time. And another one is Mozilla. Also, like I said, Mozilla is amazing also for development, and they have their own like developer tools also that is really, really nice. So try and install all of these videos, tools and resources I've shared with you, and they are really amazing. So I hope this video helped you. If it does, try and subscribe. We have people that are trying to like get into web development, and they need to learn some of these new things that are like confusing to them, like how do I get started in web development today. So share this video with them, definitely. And also, if you have any question, don't be scared to ask in the comment section, and I will try as much as possible to like respond to it. So the web development space is really amazing, it's growing, and we need more people to join. And also, aside from that, even if you want to be like a mobile app developer, or you want to be a machine learning, AI, data scientist, designer, you can also do those things, and also have like web development as a handling skills in your tool belt, which is really, really great, because you can build your own website yourself, you can build your own startup and things like that. So without spending so much money on, at least you have an idea of how things work. So which is a really great skills to have in 2021. Thank you very much for joining this stream, and